leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order. It's Christian Coffins.
Come on, man.
DarkDox Digest.
Happy Monday.
DarkDox Digest.
DarkDox.com is back.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
Welcome to the February 24th, 2025 Monday edition of the DarkDox Digest with your host, Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
Ah, yes. Another week, another dollar. I am your host, Christian Coffins. Thank you, all 5 of you, for tuning in. I cherish each and every one of you. Those numbers are dismal compared to the smut that gets so many hits. So please share this broadcast right now. Let's take a moment. Go ahead and get out of the chat. Get out of the chat for a second and hit the share button. And then copy that link or do a quick share. Create a post. Any of those things would be greatly appreciated. That's going to be a new opening segment because I want more eyes on this in real time, because the more people in the chat. What's up, Data Battle Z? Give it up for Data Battle Z for having a spaceship, first of all, which is very cool, but also adding a little bit more flair, little vintage Infowars to our broadcasts on this Monday, the 24th. I have very exciting news. DarkDox.me decided to just start working again. I was this close to just saying, I'm done. I'm not going to have a website anymore. I'm just going to do the show. And you can just go to, I'm going to forward it to the YouTube channel and that's it. No more website for you. But no, it just decided, it was on life support. I was about to pull the plug. And it's like, no, please don't destroy my databases and all the hard work. And it's so nice because this is the original DarkDox Digest, where DarkDox.com or .me, both of them go to the same place these days. We used to have an HTML version and a WordPress version. We might do that if WordPress continues to be naughty, but no. We have DarkDox.me, and then so I post stuff that I find throughout the day, and then DarkDox Digest is me going through all the stuff I posted. So all the links in the description now are going to go to DarkDox, not all over the place. And why that makes this show so much better is you see this? You see this up there? You look at those tabs. Look how clean that is. You don't have all these tiny little tabs, and then I have to click add banner, yes to cookies, no. That's over. I do that during the day, during my full-time day job, so I can focus on your needs at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh my God, my roll of paper is over there on the floor out of reach. I can't hit you until the next video break. So we're going to get right into it. Let's see what we got up first. Elon's government investigation agency discovered massive perverted cults secretly controlling the NSA. It's, of course, the National Security Agency.
The NSA's secret sex chats. And when I was looking at this earlier, I didn't even know what some of these words are, but then I've heard of these fetishes, but I didn't know the name of them. This is where you cut your arms and legs off. Of course, what do you think cutting your penis off is? It's about self-harm. But no, these are arms, legs, fingers, minor attracted, pedophilia. And it's the NSA's Office of DEI chat room, and it's encouraged at the National Security Agency to have people get in there and talk about gangbangs, a bunch of other sex where you crap on each other, where you brutalize people, beating people. It's Satanism.
Oh, they got Hunter excited.
And
out of here,
the
Hunter.
Office of DEI in every government system, state, local, corporate, you name it, is a cult. And you read this, NASA's secret sex chats that's now broke today. And Doge is just releasing it all. They're in there literally talking about eating crap. Things I had to look up. One popular chat topic was male to female transgender surgery, which involves surgically removing the penis and turning it into an artificial vagina. These male intelligence agents love the feeling of penetration and of peeing with their pseudo vaginas. This is the lightweight stuff. The agency put an enormous amount of trust in people allowed to use government systems. This is an expectation for full compliance with all the laws and policies clearly posted on all those systems. We are continuing to look at this issue. We are taking action against any and all employees who abuse this system. So they use the secret NSA communication database, but they also publish it themselves on their blogs and then not get in trouble, of the most sickening, disgusting stuff you've ever heard of.
The government fears Alex Jones, who has the largest audience in the country, bigger than any of the networks.
Bigger than ours, but I still like ours better. Hi, Owl and Chat. Hey, what's up, Mountain Violet? That's right. If you like what I do and you're on Cash App, throw me $1, just, so I know you're alive and you care. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't just close out tabs anymore. Oh, man, that's funny. Unknown error. Don't unknown error me. I'll unknown error you. Is it because there's a $sign? Go back to Cash Home. That's weird. Do I have a VPN on? No. Sometimes Cash App doesn't like to do it when I have a VPN on. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. So that's gross. They're gross. Check that out. Band.video. Whole video. Oh, right. I can't. I might really have to get used to that. So what I do now, instead of tab out, you see that is Pavlovian, it just becomes a muscle memory, is I gotta go down to the next article, right? Yeah. Okay, I go to the previous post. Man, it's been like 2 or 3 years since I've had this format. Kash Patel confirmed has caused quite a panic. The fearless warrior of truth has confirmed the imminent release of the Epstein list, please, sending shockwaves throughout the swamp as panic grips the elite ranks. John Davenport.
In the first term administration, as we are seeing in the second, you rise to the level of your sycophancy, and no one is a bigger or more dangerous sycophant than Kash Patel.
There will be accountability within the FBI and outside of the FBI, and we will do it through rigorous constitutional oversight starting this weekend.
This political hack does not deserve to be in this building. He can't do the job. He won't protect the public. He will misuse the resources of the Bureau. He will weaponize it against the president's political opponents rather than protecting the safety, the public safety of the American people.
Adam Schiff is the worst criminal in Congress in the last 250 years.
I don't think the incoming president should be threatening his political opponents with jail time. That's not the kind of talk we should hear from a president in a democracy. Nor do I think that a pardon is necessary for the members of the January 6th committee.
With just hours to go in his term, President Biden issuing pardons, or pre-pardons, I guess you could say, for General Mark Milley, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and all Congress members and staff who served on the January 6th Select Committee. That includes witnesses who also testified against President Trump.
Trump's AG Bondi confirms Epstein and Diddy docs to be released, exposing globalist pedo blackmail operations.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now.
You think Obama had anything to do with any of these parties that he had?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You got presidents, you got preachers. I personally didn't think he was going to commit suicide. But the thing is, he had from Oprah Winfrey to everybody on that island.
Former record executive Suge Knight, doing a interview from prison, has gone public and said Obama was part of the P. Diddy events and parties, along with other politicians and other leftist leaders. And we also know that almost all the names, people that have seen it, on the Jeffrey Epstein client list are Democrats and other top globalists like Bill Gates, Prince Andrew, and others. And the Attorney General just said yesterday they are set to release that.
There's been a talk. And you know as well as I know, like you being on the same tier as him, he probably was going to tell it all. He have himself.
First of all, they're watching all the time. There's cameras, and just so happens that one particular time there's no cameras and no one monitoring that. I had eyes on me 24/7 when I was there. So, I mean, I knew it was impossible.
Always.
Yeah.
You have that one time to yourself.
Nothing
You're
at all.
always watching yourself.
So
always. Always.
Well, there you have it.
I missed
Kash
those.
Patel just confirmed as director of the FBI. Pretty unbelievable. I mean, the most serious agency in our government.
I am once again asking for your financial support. I don't have to tell anybody that we're living in dangerous and unprecedented times. We're taking on Trump's movement toward authoritarianism, putting more and more power into his own hands, undermining the Congress, challenging the courts, not knowing what the Constitution is about.
No to this nomination. No to Pam Bondi. RFK is not the best or the brightest. He will not bring back Camelot or make America healthy again.
Tulsi Gabbard is a walking five-alarm fire and must be rejected, must be. Cohen is a bigger or more dangerous sycophant than Kash Patel.
I think we got to educate people that the Federal Reserve is not a public government entity. It's a private entity owned by the robber barons that started this country, who manipulate the currency to their advantage. And that needs to be tackled. Again, I'm not the economic guru. I just know it's a problem. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the solution is, but it needs to be addressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have delivered.
It's true. They are falling for it every day. What else we got? Oh yeah, this is a weird one. So apparently there might be some disgruntled feds. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development monitors hacked to display AI video of President Trump licking Elon Musk's toes. Let's see what this is all about. Long live the real king, it says on the displays. You know, this is definitely a tell. You know, it's funny, like you look at all these liberals that don't like Trump, they have Trump derangement syndrome and stuff. It's always something weird and perverted. Like they just constantly have their minds in the gutter, it seems. And I bet they pleasure themselves to this sort of content. Very interesting. Anyway. Transparency is coming. They don't want anyone to know who was on the Epstein's Island, who was a pedo, and who is probably still sitting in D.C. Alina Haba on upcoming Epstein documents release. The counselor to President Trump went on FXO? Or is it a D? D or no? And, FXO and Friends. Oh, are they making a joke there? It's Gateway Pundit. You know, it's funny, I'm so used to reading colored now. That's racist. Like inverted, that I'm gonna have to get used to this again too on this screen. So many new things. So apparently people are panicking because she's saying she's going to release the list. The storm has arrived. What is this? Oh, Telegram. Oh, Telegram. You know, I just I see the appeal of Telegram, but it's just not my cup of tea. Another Doge news. Doge Edward Big Balls Khorazin turns out to be a descendant of Soviet KGB spy who betrayed the USSR for America. As America's bureaucratic swamp is being drained by the fearless engineers of Doge spearheading by Elon Musk, one name rises above all the rest: Edward Big Balls Khorazin. Khorazin is a brilliant coder, has been making waves in Washington at just 19. He's already worked at Neuralink, has been spotted with key government agencies, and recently secured a senior advisor role at the State Department's Bureau of Diplomatic Technology, propelled by the media hysteria surrounding his moniker. It's pretty impressive. The leftist media, desperate to smear him, has dug up his past. What past? He's 19, dude. Like, highlighting controversies and accusing him of rubbing elbows with hackers. Like, that's bad. I mean, I was there at the founding of Hack Miami. We have we have military intelligence that pays to be at that conference. Go to hackmiami.com, check it out. What are you... That it just goes to show you how, like, out of touch the left is in terms of, like, you know, like, everyone in cybersecurity is, like, some sort of hacker or, like, adjacent or has been to a DEF CON or 2600 or... You guys are in the chat, no? Edward Khorazin got his nickname by accident in math class during his senior year at Rye County Day School. Students were passing notes, and when it got to him, he drew a phallic object and wrote big balls on it. According to a current upperclassmate, then a math teacher took it out of his hands and read it out loud in class. The rest is history after that. That's the teacher's fault, if anything. Then I guess he embraced it because he changed his LinkedIn name to that. Angad Sethi, one of Khorazin's unusual name. Best friends from high school, says to him it was sort of talking about having big balls, being a risk taker. That's who he is. It was a joke, but it does have a meaning. Yeah. That's Senior Big Balls right there, his dad. Oh, right, that's right. This is about spying shit, totally. Alright, so let's see. What the mainstream media won't tell you is that Khorazin is reportedly the descendant of a true Cold War hero, a Soviet KGB officer who betrayed the communist machine for the cause of freedom. The left's head will surely explode. Like they know what existence or reality is. So that's Charles Khorazin, the president and CEO of Lesser Evil and board member. According to the independent journalist Jacob Silverman, Khorazin's grandfather, Valery Marinov, was a KGB spy stationed in Washington, D.C. during the 1980s. But instead of blindly serving the brutal Soviet Empire, he made a choice that defined his legacy. He switched sides, working in secret with the FBI to undermine the Soviet Union's intelligence operations. Associate KGB intelligence officer and double agent for the CIA, Valery Marinov, circa 1985. That's from 1985, and it looks like it's from the 40s. Like, what the hell? In 87, Marinov was executed by the Soviets after he was betrayed to them by CIA officer and KGB mole. Unbelievable. He needs a movie. Get that guy a movie. His heroic decision led to the exposure of vital KGB secrets that gave the United States an edge in the Cold War. According to Silverman, Marinov espionage career came crashing down when KGB counterintelligence officer Viktor Cherashin, with the help of CIA turncoat Aldridge Ames and FBI mole Robert Hansen, exposed his betrayal. In a calculated trap, Cherashin summoned Marinov back to Moscow in November of 1985 under the guise of escorting defected, then redefected KGB officer Vitaly Uranetska. Upon his arrival, Marinov was immediately arrested, and after pleading guilty, he was executed on May 28th, 1987. Wow. That's when he got arrested. His widow, Natalia Mardinova, later immigrated to the United States with her 2 children, their daughter, Anna Mary Charles Corosine, CEO and president of Lesser Evil Popcorn, making Edwards their son and Valery Marinov's grandson. Did they use AI to write this? Like, there's some just weird anomalies. Well, that was pretty interesting. How about that? If you like what I do, and you like Infowars, this is a great time to support thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox. I get 10% just for you using that code. Greatly appreciated. And right now, the reason why I say it's a good opportunity is because they're having an Appreciation Week super sale. So you get 30% off all t-shirts and hoodies, a free hat with orders over $50, and 60% off supplements, probiotics, Ultra Force, and oh yeah, that's right. Turn the freaking frogs gay. So yeah, see what they got going on. I definitely suggest using the Alex Jones VIP program, because it's only $30 a month and you get $40 in store credits. So it's like, if you're planning on getting something like once a month anyway, you're just pretty much getting $10 free to spend in the store for spending the $30. So you get your money right back, and you can spend it that day right when it rolls over on something $40, $50, $60, and knock $40 off of that. And that's how that works. They give you a code every month. And you also get access to the Infowars Lost Tapes collection from 2001 to 2008, and exclusive access to all of the giveaways. Currently, they're giving away a 2024 Ford Bronco Raptor 4x4 plus $10,000 cash. Every dollar is now 1x entries. But keep an eye out, because towards the end of the raffle, it goes up to 5 and 10x entries. But you get, I think, extra entries just for the VIP program as well. Yeah, right? Maybe. I forget. It's always changing. But yep, they got cool stuff. They got knives. They got supplements. I just got the Shilajit complex. And that has ashwagandha and magnesium, black pepper, black seed extract, burdock root, Irish sea moss. They got the sea moss capsules, which also has the burdock root and bladderwrack. The atomic defense, That's a really good powerhouse. If you're feeling a little crappy, just pop one of those. You're good to go. Echinacea, sea moss, cumin power, biopurine, and much more. These are the hats you get for free. They have a cool dagger that says Infowars 7076 engraved. Comes with a sheath. You got t-shirts, you got mugs, you got biggest balls, big ball hats. Get your popcorn. Get your sambucas, which is elderberry. Those are pretty good too. And right now, that's right. Orders over, I think any order right now, you get Ultimate Gut Cleanse, which I highly suggest. Clears all the toxins out of your body. It's fantastic. Also, of course, now that the website is working again, you can go over to darkdox.com or darkdox.me. It doesn't matter. They both go to the same place. You can click on shop or /shop. And we got thumb drives, we got projectors, we got MP4 players. No one else has these, by the way. These are small battery-powered projectors and MP4 players loaded with micro SD cards that have all of the Alex Jones films, all of the DarkDox films, just all of those, zeitgeist, esoteric agenda, America Freedom to Fascism. I mean, just so many films there's Fabled Enemies, there's 9/11, Road to Tyranny, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove, Order of Death, all of those classic films. We have them in great quality on the micro SD card when you purchase these projectors and MP4 players, or the thumb drives as well. And the reason why these are so important is because we don't know how long. I mean, right now things are looking good and all that, but it's only a matter of time, before they take away the internet. It's like, you never know. You never know. And it's good to have a copy of this stuff. And it's also great, not for an emergency situation, but like, let's say you want to go camping and, you want to watch like some of these documentaries to loved ones and stuff on a camping trip, or like off the grid, away from the internet. You have them, so you don't have to worry about, there's no Wi-Fi. I can't stream this. You can take the stuff on these micro SD cards or thumb drives, and you could copy them over to another device, share them, make DVDs. Go to kunaki.com and make DVDs of the stuff on here. Like, it's valuable information, and it's so well put together, and that's why we've been sharing all of the stuff that we have at DarkDox for so long. In addition to the videos, we also have audiobooks. There's podcast on there. There's declassified federal document PDFs. Like, the whole archive is on these things. It's about 2 terabytes. So it's a lot of data. That's why, the devices themselves actually aren't too expensive. They're decent quality. I mean, I've tried them. I use them. I make sure they're durable. A lot of it is actually the data. The micro SD cards, that are that large are, quite expensive. We get a small margin on there. We're really just getting these so you can get the information out. And it's stylish. You can use them, with your keys. We got records, we got stickers, we got t-shirts. More t-shirts are on the way. Different designs. We got comic books. We got DVDs. It's fantastic. We got shop rags. No one else has shop rags. So definitely give us some love over at darkdox.me/shop. If you're on X, we're Sacred Owls Unite. If you're on Rumble, it's DarkDox. If it's BitChute, it's DarkDox. And we got a couple more things here for the second half of the show. We got the big balls. Yes. MSNBC cancels Joy Reid show amid dismal ratings. MSNBC cancels Joe Reid's lefty show. Wow, New York Post. Interesting. As network makes major shakeup over failing ratings. Get a video? What is this? MSNBC's liberal mainstage Lloyd Reed show has been canceled as part of a major overhaul by the network's new president, Rebecca Cutler, according to a report. The 7 p.m. program, hosted by ardent Trump critic Reed 56, will be replaced by a new panel. No. Of the show featuring co-hosts Alicia Menendez, Michael Steer, and Seymour Sanders Townsend, the New York Times reported. So, it just goes to show you, like, they canceled, who else? We got, I don't even remember their names anymore. There was the fat clown guy, and then there was the black dude. He's on YouTube now. Gets about as many hits as I do. Like, these people do not last. So, what can you do? I've never seen one of her shows, so I don't know. I've only seen clips. She's always pretty unhinged. So good, I guess. Denver pastor sows fear and division in a weepy op-ed about ICE arresting dangerous illegals. A recent op-ed in the Denver Post highlighted recent actions by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Colorado. Eyewitness ICE militarized raid in Denver, and it was cruelty unchecked. This was not just enforcement, it was purposeful, targeted intimidation, editorialized Juan Pena, a pastor at Providence Bible Church in Denver. The raids, we will get into that word shortly. He's sassy. In question were a part of a multi-agency operation targeting over 100 Tren de Agua gang members and other criminal aliens in the greater Denver region, Borders are Tom Homan told Bill Milligan of Fox News that the goal for the operation was to send a message to Tren de Agua. They are going to eradicate them from this country, stated Homan. This is the same operation that was delayed a week due to intel leaks. Menguin reported the local media and activists were on the scene. It certainly felt like everybody knew this was coming, including the targets of the local media. Pastor Pena claimed many newcomer families to the church had welcomed and supported live in the complex where ICE officials were conducting enforcement activities. The sprawling apartment complex, home of dozens of immigrants, families from Venezuela, Colombia, Haiti, and Central America, were on lockdown, he wrote. These residential buildings are similar to the ones that Tren de Agua took over while terrorizing the local inhabitants, which are also in the Denver area. Several of these migrants who live in this complex attend PBC, according to Pena. This was not a response to an active shooter. There was no dangerous fugitive. Law enforcement wasn't chasing criminals. Yeah, they are. And protecting the public. Yeah, they are. Continued Pena. He described the scene as militarized. What, like Tren de Agua? And have you seen these videos of like them like banging on doors with AK-47s, AR-15s? And he said the only purpose for this approach was to scare local inhabitants. Makes them sound like animals. As an American, my heart is broken. Our country was built on the promise of justice and liberty for all that come into the country legally. Yet this week, that promise was shattered, he stated. The pastor Also quoted Bible passage. His church advertises on their Instagram page, refugees welcome. These aren't refugees. I'm sick of like the word games here. These are illegal immigrants. We must ensure that no child has to wake up to the sound of a federal officer banging on their door ever again, he dramatically concluded. Yeah, then just, it will never happen so long as they don't come into the country illegally. Why is this hard? See, look at these scumbags. These are the kind of assholes we're dealing with. Oh, Venezuela. Oh. Pastor Pena claimed that many of the newcomer families of the church had welcomed and supported live in the apartment complex where ICE officials were conducting operations. The sprawling apartment complex home to dozens of immigrant families from Venezuela. These migrant apartment complexes were similar. Okay. Thought it was going to be different, but it was the same thing that was in the article. Yeah. These liberals are gross. They're gross. Here, there we are with Alex Jones. Look at that. The ignored link between alien invasion and rape. The increase in sexual violence in the European Union in recent years has generated an intense debate about the role of mass migration in such crimes. While some political and media actors had tried to minimize the correlation, official data and multiple reports reveal that a different reality. The impact of mass immigration, mostly from regions with value systems and cultural norms that radically differ from European ones, has challenged security and official cohesion in many cities in the continent. According to the European Union Agency for Fundamental Rights, approximately 1 in 10 women in the EU has experienced some sort of sexual violence since the age of 15. However, the steady rise in these crimes in recent years cannot be attributed exclusively to increased awareness and reporting. In Spain, reports of sexual violence have increased in parallel with the increase in migration. In 2021, 15,845 complaints were registered for sex offenses, 8% more than the previous year. According to reports from the Ministry of Interior, some 15% of the perpetrators were foreign, with Morocco and Romania among the most represented nationalities, with 25 to 15% respectively, despite the rhetoric of the Ministry of Equality in Spain and billions of euros invested in gender equality. 2024 ended with a record 5,258 assaults and rapes and 47 women murdered. Italy has also experienced an increase in sexual crimes committed by foreigners. According to data in Italy, Statistical Office of ISTAT, in 2020, 4,886 cases of rape were recorded, 5% more than in 2019. 30% of the perpetrators were immigrants, with assailants from Romania, Morocco, Nigeria standing out. The situation in France is no different, with 25% of perpetrators of foreign origin, with Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. That sounds wrong. Predominantly, according to the figures of French Ministry and the Interior. In 2022, 34,000 rape complaints were registered, an increase of 15% compared with 2021. Belgium and Germany are two other countries particularly affected by the phenomenon. In 2021, Belgium recorded 5,000 reports of sexual violence, with 20% of the perpetrators of foreign origin. Germany, and the countries hardest hit by the 2015 migration crisis, reported 11,500 rape cases in 2022, with an alarming 40% of the perpetrators of Syrian, Afghani, and Iraqi origin. In the UK, the crisis of sexual assault by migrant gangs has been particularly shocking. The Rotherham scandal, where at least 1,400 girls were abused by organized groups of Pakistani, Kurdish, and Kosovar origin between 1997 and 2013, exposed the inaction of the authorities for fear of being accused of racism. In 2022, 70,000 rape complaints were recorded, 191 complaints per day, 25% more than in 2021. In 2022, Sweden, Iceland, and France were the three countries with the highest number of rape cases per 100,000 inhabitants. Sweden with 200.34, Iceland with 165.32. How do you rape 0.32 people? I know. But you can round up or down, round down, round up, I don't know. And France with 126. The safest countries were Greece, North Macedonia, Lithuania, Albania, and Hungary, with about 6 cases or less. Statistic: rape of reported sexual violence in Europe by 2022 by country. You can find more at Statista. These data show a reality that cannot be hidden and must be confronted with a non-ideological approach. Yeah, how about, like, don't care about being called racist and stop rape? Yeah. Following up on the Zizians from last episode, Border Patrol agent killed by trans vegan cult buried with military honors. A Border Patrol agent who was killed by members of the trans vegan cult was buried with full military honors on Saturday. You get a video? Epoch Times, I'm gonna... do I really have to? I don't want to. Oh well. David Millens, 44, who went by the name Chris, was shot dead during a traffic stop involving 2 members of the trans cult known as the Zizians. In January, the driver of the car is accused of opening fire on Malland and other agents, leading to a shootout that left Malland and her companion dead. I mean, it looks like a mannequin or something. Tragic. The group's leader, Zach Zizlasoda, was arrested last week with 2 other members of the cult in California. They face multiple charges, including trespassing, obstructing, and hindering, and possession of a handgun in a vehicle. Not murder? I'm confused. Following Mellon's killing, FBI field office in Albany confirmed that it was conducting an investigation of the group's activity in North Carolina, where members of the cult, including the 2 individuals involved in Mellon's killing, were living. U.S. adults identifying as LGBTQIAAP25+, that's a new one, in an all-time high, and here's why. According to a Gallup latest poll, in percentage of American adults identifying on the LGBT spectrum has risen once again to a full 9.3 after decades of data putting LGBT self-identified in less than 4%. This represents an increase of more than a percentage point versus the prior estimate from 2023. Longer term, the figure has nearly doubled since 2020 and is up from 3.5 in 2012 when Gallup first measured it. LGBTQ plus identification is increasing as younger generations of Americans enter adulthood and are much more likely than older generations to say they are something other than heterosexual. More than 1 in 5 Gen Z adults, those born between 1997 and 2006, who were between the ages of 18 and 27 in 2024, identify as LGBTQ+. Each older generation of adults, from millennials to the silent generation, has successfully lower rates of identification, down to 1.6 among the oldest Americans, those born before 1946. Gallup noted that the spike is also evident amongst Gen Z adults, with a staggering 18.8 identifying LGBT between 2020 and 2022, rising to 22.7 in 2023 and 2024. The survey is a broad one and cannot be easily dismissed. Man, Ben already has shorts? That's awesome. I don't know where Greg's at. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at the chat here. Looking at the chat. We got 9 people over here today. Huh. Anything I need to reload the chat here. There we go. Alright. Greg said he wanted to be on at some point. Let's see if he calls in. But yeah, you can check out all of these articles at darkdox.me or darkdox.com. And lastly, the namesake of this episode that I want to end on, I'm going to start doing these. I'm doing them in reverse. So the first thing I post is going to be the name of the show, but it's going to be the last thing I cover. I think I'm going to try that. Meta agrees to pay Trump $25 million for spending accounts over Capitol riots. Suspending accounts over Capitol riots. It's from The Guardian. Meta has agreed to pay $25 million to settle a lawsuit with Donald Trump. The suit originated in 2021 when Trump sued the social media company for suspending his account after the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The settlement was first reported by the Wall Street Journal and has been confirmed by a Meta spokesperson. The majority of the settlement, $22 million, will go towards a fund to pay for Trump's presidential library. According to the Wall Street Journal, the remainder will pay for legal fees and go to other plaintiffs listed in the case. The White House didn't immediately respond to requests for comments. Trump's lawsuit against Facebook, which is now under parent company Meta, was one of several he brought against social media companies in the wake of January 6th. He also sued YouTube, Twitter, now X, and those is Elon going to pardon that or going to pay out or what? It's interesting. A federal judge dismissed the suit against Twitter. The Google suit was closed in 2023, but has the option of being reopened. And frankly, I think all of us, after January 6th, I got kicked off of Meta, we should make this a class action lawsuit. What do you guys think? I think that more people should be gathering in order to have some sort of a payout for damages of all the businesses on Meta platforms. I've been kicked off of Instagram. I've been kicked off of Facebook. And I'm back on now with a very limited account. But there was a time where I had multiple businesses on there, and all of that got taken away just without any warning or any kind of explanation of why I was being taken out. So, yeah, what do you guys think? That about does it. We are doing this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at youtube.com/Sacred Owls. And you can also just, now I'm going to be putting the player for the playlist over at DarkDox.com on the sidebar. And yeah, that about does it. It'd be nice to have Twitter again. Well, we have X. You want Twitter back? I like X better. I guess I like the black. I thought the light blue and the bird was lame. I'd do a suit to get my YouTube channel back. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, if we got thousands and thousands of dollars, I would be more than happy to spend all of it to bring suits forward. So please help donate over at cash.app/DarkDox. And if you're on X, it's Sacred Owls Unites, rumble.com/DarkDox, bitchute.com/DarkDox, and DarkDox. Oh, you're banned on X? They ban you for? Elon. Hey, Doge. Get back in here. See this guy? No, you don't. You see this guy? You need to put his X back up. Sound good? All right. Well, I'm getting into the swing of it. I know that this wasn't the craziest, most exciting show, but you're going to get those sometimes, and that's life. There wasn't too much craziness that went on over the weekend that I saw when I dredged up. So, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Jake Newman got kicked off of X. That's a shocker. All right, well, this is Christian Coffins once more signing off, saying, I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Beware. Take care. Bye-bye.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. If you value this program, donate what you can at cash.app/DarkDox. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.